Oh,
right.
My. There we go.
Oh, goodness.
Go for it. Yeah, this is going to be pretty low key, I think.
Pretty low key. So, in fact, I have no idea what's going on. We were going to, I actually have 7 whole pictures in a slide deck too. And only like 2 or 3 are from Cribl stuff, but yeah, shall I do it? Anyway, so this meeting is short and sweet because splunks.conf /conf22. What year is this? 22? Yeah, it's 22. It was last week. I don't know how many of you folks went to it, but also Criblcon was then too. So, and we were out at Top Golf, and that was fun. It was a wall of people. There were a lot there. Was that like what you guys were expecting? Because it was packed.
It was a bit more than we were expecting. And you might have noticed that we ended up having to have a line, which was super weird.
Yeah, I was telling Erin more people were coming and she didn't believe me.
Yeah. I told her it was going to be busy, but I did not really quite expect. I also didn't really know what the venue was like, so I wasn't sure how busy it was going to be. But yeah, we didn't quite expect that many, but everyone behaved themselves, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. And Clint gave a talk, and it was like one of the best talks ever because it didn't ramble on, and it was not very salesy. It was just 10 minutes, maybe 15. Perfect. He just went through stuff, said things, and then left and said, hey, everybody have some more drinks, go play some more golf. So it's fun. And I picked up my golf game a little bit. Still terrible, by the way. It's okay. Does anybody have any other recollections they would like to share from this? Because I'm totally happy to show some vacation slides, but
Was there anything we could have done differently with Criblcon? Presented, done bigger, other than a bigger venue? More demos, whiteboards, anything?
Well, I heard some folks ask for they want us to actually have talks and do maybe just a single track thing, but to actually have sessions.
Yeah.
Okay.
With customers,
So like a full day? You think a full day is split? So what about bots? I mean, would like a full day on Monday before bots be okay?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming Splunk does the Tuesday through Thursday thing again. Well, Tuesday and Wednesday thing, really, because Thursday was just a bunch of hands-on stuff this year, which I actually like. Seems like everybody is always leaving Thursday anyway, or many folks are leaving Thursday anyway. So I think that worked out well from their point of view. There are still good things to do. In fact, I had a really good time at a couple of those, but a little less worrisome if you miss it, So yeah, I think a full day will just start bright and chipper at 7 a.m. and go right on through till bot starts. And I think we're good.
Well, here's someone who might have some opinions.
Hey, wait till he gets on audio.
Yeah,
everybody he might say yay XPack when he actually connects.
He's like Norm, right?
I pretty much also have some opinions for once.
Yay,
That's what I said. Someone with opinions. Hey, how are you feeling, XPack?
Okay-ish.
Good.
Kinda
okay. All right. But yeah, we were talking about how we might want to do Criblcon in the future, and also thoughts on this year as well, how it went.
Where did all these people come from? Oh my God.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
I'm not sure if you expected that, but I certainly didn't.
I invited about 50, so I'm pretty to blame probably.
It's all your fault, Mark.
For some of it. It helps when you're in some user groups and say, by the way, there's also a fun event there.
And then they showed up and there was a line and they're like, oh, that Mark guy.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, there we go.
I use from airport, so. In terms of tracks, I think what we should do is we need to split it in two. We need to have a little bit enable the managers to understand what Cribl is track, And we need to have on the other side in parallel the techie tracks for the people which already know what Cribl is and want to learn a little bit more. And that's a concept which we used at previous company very often. We always had that's for the managers, so they can just listen and not think. And that's for the techies, which
we want to think, right?
we want to think, we want to enable, we want to show them tips and tricks. And maybe a common session at the beginning to set the stage and then break out.
Any managers here feeling called out?
It's pretty much managers can stay here, and for all the techies we have.
Nice, Tony. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
He got that. He got it. He got it in there, surprisingly. Cool. So yeah, for folks who were joining, we're looking at, you know, feedback and thoughts on this year's Criblcon and how we might do it differently in the future. But also, like, what I know that if a bunch of you were kind of interrupted at Conf by fallout of that security issue, but other than that, how was Conf?
Flat.
Flat?
To be honest. Yeah, it was flat.
Like,
There
say
was
more
no-
about that.
There was nothing groundbreaking, because a lot of the stuff, I think, because they've got the mix of everything's going early in cloud now anyway, so you see a lot of the features, etc., that come rolling through into enterprise. So everything's pushed forward, like, you know, ingest actions, etc. But ingest actions, I'm probably speaking out of term from my Splunk PS hat, but ingest actions is a bit of a fallacy, because especially the route into S3, because it doesn't solve the problem that you're trying to answer. So the whole point of, you know, what, you know, Stream can do with replay is that you can store your data in raw, right? So you're in control of that data, where Splunk's ingest actions to S3, you still have to store it in Splunk lexicon, so it's still in Splunk format. So you're not having that flexibility and agility of your data. So, you know, I think that there were some good bits, but you know, and again, probably speaking out of turn, but Gary Still's not, he's no Doug, right? So I think he had a big shoes to fill, and he's only been at the company 2 months, and so I think he struggled with the keynote a bit. But there were some good bits, but again, it just felt like there was nothing, you know, a lot of noise around Ollie, and, you know, the breaking down the silos between that and security. But things like ITSI weren't even mentioned, which I thought was really strange, not even in the first bit of the keynote. So it was just seemed a bit you know, a bit flat in places, not what you usually expect from an in-person conf. So, but at the end of the day, they had a reduced planning cycle to do this. Obviously, they lost 4 months because they brought it forward. So maybe, you know, next year it will come back bigger and better, and the leadership team will be settled in, etc. But that was just my opinion, really. So.
I could hear a little bit from other customers and even from Splunk PMs, which I don't want to name, but they pretty much say Gary lost his opportunity to make a difference. He will not be given a second chance next year, because you could pretty much see all he was reading from the teleprompter. He was really reading. He couldn't convey a message. It was not a good experience.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I think Splunk's started to be run by marketing rather than technical people in spaces, like those scripted conversations and all that stuff. It loses a lot of the, you know, making you feel passionate about the tech as well, because it seems like the marketing's took over. It's all very polished and rehearsed and auto cued, and you sort of loses that buzz around it a bit. So
yeah, that definitely. And I think you can also tell that Splunk is suffering competition. You really see that they try to integrate features from competitors because they realize otherwise they're losing even more market share. And that will be interesting to see over the next 12, 18 months.
They let Edge Delta in. They let their stand in though. So
Yeah.
which was funny because I just went and asked them what their USP was compared to Cribl, which they couldn't answer, which I thought was funny. So they just squirmed for 20 minutes. I didn't tell them that we were a partner, etc. But it was just funny to go and bait a little bit. So, but yeah, it was good to catch up with people and face to face and all that good stuff. So
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't want to continue to rag on Splunk, and I'm sad the experience isn't what you had hoped. But there was surely some, I mean, I saw some photos of people having a fantastic time. So like,
Snoop Dogg was pretty cool.
the what?
Yeah.
Snoop
Dogg was
Dogg.
pretty cool.
I did not know
That was cool.
that he was at the show, and I would have been tempted to try and sneak in.
Let's see if I can get lights.
It was funny when he switched from the early 90s hip hop, him and Biggie and Tupac, Fleetwood Mac and House of Pain.
Cool. Awesome. But yeah, what were the best talks? Were there some highlights?
Mine, of course.
Yes, of course.
Well, no, it was for noobs. It really wasn't for people who already know things.
Nadine
fez
did
wearing
an
community.
amazing talk on the gender wage gap, where she went into the deep data of each country and what's the difference in wage gap, how many women are at manager levels, at the executive levels, at board levels, and then she used the predict command to actually kind of gauge when they would hit equality. And New Zealand was like 2024, 2028, something like that.
Cool. So who gave this talk? I missed the beginning.
Nadine.
Nadine. Okay. Yeah.
The US was never.
Yeah.
Well.
Trying to remember what her last name is now. She's a newer trust member.
Nadine Wandum.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
I saw that. It was good.
Hopefully that'll be available as a recorded talk to watch later. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Rich. You might need to show your vacation pictures after all. Everyone's
I can do that. Actually, there's only a few.
We also sang happy birthday to Martin.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw the video of that. That was cool. You got a cake and everything.
Yeah, totally. I'll show my 7 pictures. They won't be too long. As soon as I figure out, oh goodness, what is this doing? I don't know. Hang on. Gotta figure out how to show things again.
Yeah, it's okay if this month's meeting is a little short. If it's on a different day.
Speaking of that, I do need a guest speaker next month.
Next month,
I need somebody to do a talk, and you could do 2 or 3 talks. You could do 15 minutes. I mean, that's fine. If you got something short and easy, we can pile a couple of littler ones together, and it's so certainly fine with me. Let me try. I think I probably ought to just share my screen and then just flip it, right? We'll see how this works.
yeah. Then you get to pick your thing you're going to share.
Well, I could, or I could just
Look
do
at the
whole thing.
chat.
I
Quick,
know
look
the
at
chat.
this chat. Okay. Oh, hey.
Now I got to find this button.
I recognize those people.
There we go. Now, hopefully it's not showing you a bunch of stuff you already see. Anyway, yeah. See, so there was Cribl. And that was you could barely see in this picture. This was actually kind of early. This
It was early on. We're looking relatively fresh here, I think.
Yeah, relatively fresh. Yeah, so fun thing. Jason, when he came in to take my picture at my talk, he said, I saw him coming in because it was before my talk started. And so I was hiding behind the podium. And he walks up and he's like, "You're in trouble now." Of course, mainly playing off the fact I was hiding from him. And I says, "Why? Oh, wait, I bet I know why. Because I snuck Splunkers into the Cribl thing." And he just laughed and said, No, that's okay. So it's only the, how do I make this go to the next page?
Oh,
there we go. Look,
hey,
and there we are.
Aw. Look, it's
And
awesome.
that ends my Cribl things. This is the
Nice.
sunrise from my balcony. This, by the way, was after I had slept the whole night and woke up in the morning. I'm old. I get up early.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to point that out. There, I think, yeah, this totally might be, my old manager from Pizza Hut. His name is Gary. My wife was watching him on TV at one point, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, that looks just like my old friend Gary." Anyway, it isn't, because Gary's 80 years old now.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, Snoop Dogg might be too.
Maybe. Let's see. That was actually the venue. I left it before it was finished because I'm like, yeah, that's good. I forgot my earplugs and we're good. But yeah, as I said, there was like the lazy river was all closed down, and so were all the pools. This group over here, if you can see my cursor in the red in the back right, they were actually standing on a pool. So
Wow.
of course, luckily they had it covered with something else and there were support, so it was fine. But
It looks really crowded.
and then this was very early in on the last keynote talk, whatever. I'm just showing the venue. It was definitely bright and pink.
Very
Yeah.
pink. Oh yeah. Adam
One
Savage.
of my favorite people. And okay, so Splunk is gone. The people giving the talks at the end, they have nothing to do with Splunk. And it's gotten worse. So he really wasn't very bad though, because at least he's a nerd, I mean, Woz wasn't too bad, but I mean, I don't know. They've made some interesting choices there, and I think this choice was actually a pretty good one. If you're not going to go with an actual Splunk theme or somebody who uses it or something, I can't imagine this being a worse choice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's it. That was the only ones I had. See, it was quick.
But I appreciate that you put together a slide deck. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now I got to. Oh, there it is here. Oh, wait, what? There's the button. Got it.
Figured it out.
I figured it out.
Excellent. Excellent.
I look really weird with this other light on. I don't know.
Yeah, you feel like you're being interrogated.
I do. Well, I was going for the X-Pac look, but I can't pull it off. He's got some perfect light underneath him.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to tell a horror story.
He does, doesn't he?
Spooky.
Okay,
Alright.
so where's that leave us time-wise? What is it like?
And we get,
We've been here for 24 minutes.
like I said, this does not have to be an hour-long meeting.
No.
This is meant to be casual. If anybody has something they want to talk about, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
not required. Oh, I see Art coming off mute, and I actually have this in a note. Go for it, Art.
Thank you, Rachel. Hey, I'm going to use a couple minutes to do a shameless plug of the PAX contest, right? You got a couple more weeks left. I put the details in the chat. So get those packs submitted, guys. The contest is heating up. We're looking forward to your creativity.
Come on, someone's got to take Mark out of the race. He needs some competition. Come on.
Cool.
All right, awesome. Anyone else have anything they want to talk about?
I will have to ask a question. I see a Chesky on here. Is this the Chesky I may have just met at Conf or not?
Oh,
It is.
hey. How's it
I'm like, I
going?
don't know many people with that name. Surely it's
That is what
excellent.
comp is good for, is seeing
to see you
people
again.
in meet space.
Yeah, good to see you, Rich. It was great that count the first time seeing everybody.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, that's what this is all about. I mean, it's the sessions are great, the talks are great, but really it's about meeting some of these people you interact with all the, at other times, and just networking and meeting people and talking with them about their own problems and your problems. And hey, wait, we have the same problem. Who would have known? I mean, that's what it's all about. Good seeing you again. Stay in touch. I think I got you in chat now, so we're good.
Okay, I am going to take a screenshot
Oh
of
yeah.
the attendees. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, and if you want, B-Sides Splunk has their call for papers are open for the conference in October.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Do you have a
We need to-
URL? Did you put that in? Oh yes, you did.
That's it.
Okay.
I put it in chat.
In the chat.
In the
Look
doodly
that
doo.
up. Awesome. Okay. We pick a number between. Oh no, you have dice, Tony. You have dice.
You have
Roll a
dice, Tony? Good.
d10.
Roll them.
D10 9.
That's the one with 10s. Oh,
9 is Chris Morris.
yay! And there was much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, DM. And I don't think I have this info for you. So DM me your t-shirt size and your mailing address, and we will send you some swag.
Cheers. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, I think one is good for this week. Everyone else, almost everyone else, I think has been a winner in the past. But we'll be back at the normal week next time, or it's going to be the second Tuesday. It's right in the community calendar, so make sure you have it on your calendar.
And if anybody has a talk or a possibility of a talk they might want to give, and it doesn't have, I mean, we've had some goofy stuff. Like sometimes I'll just show up unprepared and start chattering, and XPac scribbled on whiteboard.
We don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally, yeah, right. You don't want me to go on and on about all this stuff. So yeah, if you have any ideas or think you might be able to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes, showing us something cool.
I might have something for you.
See, wait, I'm going to just write down your name. See,
write it down. Yeah. I was going to ask if, it would be interesting to hear what people learned about having to do a rollout, updating the deployment server in a hurry, because I'm sure people learned some things the hard way. So might be something to consider.
Yeah, anyway, get in touch with me, DM me or something. I'm around, or just post it in the group, the whatever the channel name is that we're in.
User group planning.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So just post it in there. Nobody's gonna come attack you because you did that. It's fine. We're pretty flexible.
Okay.
Alrighty. Otherwise, good seeing everybody again. And we'll see you in just like 3 weeks, I think it is then.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So long.
Thank you.
Take it easy, folks.
All right.